There's a video of a penguin walking away from its colony toward a frozen mountain. It's been on the internet for 20 years, but suddenly, everyone's sharing it. And if that penguin made you feel something, really feel something, we need to talk. Because what you're feeling isn't laziness, it's not weakness, and ignoring it will cost you years of your life. That penguin isn't nihilistic, it's burnt out. And the reason millions of people watched a bird walk into the void and thought, same, is because your nervous system is trying to tell you something you keep ignoring. Here's what's actually happening inside you. Burnout isn't being tired. Tired goes away with sleep. Burnout is what happens when your brain's stress response stays activated so long that your body stops trusting recovery is coming. There's a term in psychology called allostatic load. It's the cumulative wear and tear on your body from chronic stress. When that load gets too high, your HPA axis, the system that regulates cortisol, starts malfunctioning. You stop feeling stressed, you start feeling nothing. That emptiness people joke about online, that's not a personality trait, that's a biological shutdown. And here's the part most people get wrong. You can't push through this. I know you think you can. I know you've told yourself you just need more discipline, more focus, a better morning routine. But burnout doesn't respond to willpower. It responds to safety signals. And right now, your brain isn't receiving any. Let me tell you what I've watched happen to people who don't catch this early. They keep grinding. They mistake numbness for toughness. And then, one day, they can't remember why they started. The goals that used to excite them feel pointless. Their relationships feel hollow. They're technically succeeding and completely empty inside. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I care about who you could become if you don't run yourself into the ground trying to get there. So how do you know if you're actually burning out? There are 3 core symptoms backed by decades of research from psychologist Christina Maslach. They show up in this order. First, emotional exhaustion. You feel drained before the day even starts. Not physically, emotionally. You're running on fumes and no amount of rest seems to refill the tank. Second, depersonalization. You start detaching from your work, from people, from things you used to care about. Everything feels like an obligation instead of a choice. Third, reduced personal accomplishment. Even when you succeed, it doesn't register. You're moving, but you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. If you recognized yourself in all 3, you're not weak. You're overdue for a correction. Now here's the part that sounds counterintuitive. The fix isn't rest, not in the way most people think. You can sleep 10 hours a night and still be burnt out, because burnout isn't about how much time you spend not working. It's about whether your nervous system believes the threat is actually over. Your body needs discharge, not just stillness. This comes from research by Emily and Amelia Nagoski on completing the stress cycle. When your stress response activates, your body prepares for something physical, to run, to fight. But modern stress doesn't let you do either. So the response stays trapped, stuck in your muscles, your chest, your jaw. You need to physically move, not to look healthy, but to signal to your nervous system that the danger has passed. Run, lift. Even 20 minutes of real movement can close a loop your body has kept open for weeks. Second, remove decisions for a while. Burnout worsens when your prefrontal cortex is overloaded with choices. Simplify your environment. Automate the small stuff. Stop treating rest like another task you need to optimize. Third, and this is the one people skip, you need to let yourself be useless for a while. Not productive rest, not recovery that leads somewhere, just nothing. Because your worth is not your output, and if you don't internalize that now, you'll keep grinding until your body forces you to stop. That penguin walked away from everything, and the internet looked at it and said, yeah, I get it. But here's the thing, that penguin probably didn't survive. You still can. Not by walking away from your life, but by walking back towards yourself. Towards rest that actually works, towards boundaries you actually keep, towards a pace that lets you remain a person and not just a machine. I'm not telling you to slow down because I think you can't handle pressure. I'm telling you because I know how much you're capable of, and I don't want you to burn it all away before you get there. Take this